Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I hereby call this special meeting of the Governor's Commission Hispanic and Latin American Community Affairs to order. The time is 6:02 p.m. And we have confirmed that a quorum is present. And so, as a reminder, let's stay muted until recognized by whoever's leading the section of the meeting. Typically, that's me. I'll proceed in an orderly fashion according to Robert's Rules of Orders. Motions must be made and seconded before discussion proceeds. And please be respectful and concise during discussions so that all voices can be heard. I will now share the agenda for the meeting here so that we can just, oops, I need permission to share the agenda. Thank you.
Go ahead.
So, folks, Hispanic Heritage Month is just around the corner, and given kind of latest updates to the interpretation of the law, we would like to form a working group, not a committee, that's going to be kind of the driving force behind the planning of Hispanic Heritage Month, because now committees are subject to the Open Meetings Act and require a lot more bureaucracy to get them established, and we need to be able to move quickly and freely in order for us to be able to execute this in a timely fashion. Um, and so, uh, the first order of business is to establish that working group. Um, do I have a motion to establish the Hispanic Heritage Month working group? Or I motion to establish the Hispanic Heritage Month working group. Do I have a second for my motion?
Second, second, Gabe Moreno.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Moreno, for seconding the motion. Um, any discussion on the establishment of the working group? Hearing none, please, we're going to proceed then to a vote. Cheryl, are you ready for a vote? All
Yes, I
right.
am. If everybody wants to just raise their computer little hands if they're
If you wouldn't mind, everybody down in the reactions section, click that little heart, click the little raise hand button, just like that. We need to establish this working group as per our bylaws. Vice Chair, you have such a beautiful tan today. Someone's been going to the beach or whatever. Yeah, very nice. I'm a little jealous.
only one I don't. Okay, I need Gabe's, um, Commissioner Morano, Commissioner Rios. Uh,
Oh, I think mine was up, but it went down.
yeah, I think Commissioner Torres was up. Okay, Commissioner Altamirano voting on okay,
All right.
all those in favor?
Thank you very much. The motion passes to for the establishment of the Hispanic Heritage Month working group, and that's going to be kind of a standing working group moving forward, so that we can meet on a regular basis, similar to how we used to under committee, in order to kind of move this forward. The next item on the agenda is the actual discussion, and this could not be more timely, as I was contacted by the museum today as to whether we are still interested in what the plan was. And so I told them to that I would get back to them here this week. And so we just want to, for the purposes of today, at least get an idea of what the options are. Ideally, perhaps even select an option for when and where we'll be hosting Hispanic Heritage Month, so that we can just focus then on the details as part of the working group. Does that sound like a reasonable plan moving forward?
Yes.
All right. So, and in no particular order, so option number one is Carroll County Community College, and I'm going to yield the floor to Commissioner Toto to elaborate a little bit more about any information you may have, Commissioner, in terms of available dates, what they would, what amenities would be available to us, and meaning, does it include not just the space, but does it include the AV equipment? Does it include, um, any sort of additional features of the event that provided by the community college that we wouldn't then have to contract out? So that kind of information would be incredibly helpful. So I yield the floor to you.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Ernesto, thank you for that for the opportunity. I sent some pictures. I don't know if are they available to be displayed.
1 second.
No problem. Thank you.
Mhm. Hmm. Can you see them?
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'll follow you.
Okay, so this is Carroll Community College. It's one of the two major educational institutions here in Carroll County. I reached out to them and explained that in our intent of looking for possible venues for us to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. They have a large conference room, which is in the K100. It's the K100 conference room. If you can scroll down, this would be the second picture. It would be the entrance. Let's scroll up, Cheryl. Second picture, that would be the entrance of the conference room. Let's scroll down. Third picture will be the actual building and the outside area where, if needed be, we can have something similar to last year on the outside area of the event. Let's scroll down. This will be the actual conference room. The room facilitates the tables, the chairs, and the AV equipment. It also has a large screen, which we can use to project any slides or any presentation. This venue is only available during the week, so that would be something that would have to be considered if we opt for a weekend date. That will not be available. Carroll Community College got back to me and they expressed their interest in hosting the event and co-sponsoring the event. Now, when it comes to catering or any other services, I don't have that information, but I am confident that's something that we can speak with them. Why am I presenting this venue? Is because contrary to other counties across the state, Carroll County is one of those counties that the Hispanic community is slowly increasing. Right now, in our community here in Carroll, the Hispanic community is the fastest growing one. And at the same time, it's the community that needs the most representation. As a commissioner, I think this would be a great opportunity for us to say, hey, we're here present in Carroll County. We're making a difference. This is who we are. This is our heritage, and we want to share it with you. Carroll County has been putting a lot of effort in creating awareness of the Hispanic situation in the community. They've developed programs, initiatives like translation services, which I volunteer whenever they need it, but also outreach focused on the Hispanic community. And that is why I'm presenting to all of you Carroll Community College as a possible venue for your consideration. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's it. Yeah, sure.
I can add a little more information
Mhm.
on Carroll Community College. We had an event back in April for the South Asian Commission for Vasaki event, which you can get, Javier, you can get with Dr. Raza Khan
Yes.
that works there. They do allow catering food to come in. We had one room where appetizers was served, another room for performers, and then they had like a little cafe area down the hallway. That's where they set up the dinner, buffet dinner to be served.
Perfect. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. Definitely reach out to Dr. Raza Khan. I'm familiar with him. We're both in the same area, so I will definitely consult with him. Something also that I wanted to add to the whole possibility of Carroll Community College or Carroll County in general being the venue is that it's much needed. It's much needed in Carroll County for the Hispanic community to have similar event where the community in general, not just the Hispanic community, is aware that we're present, we're making a difference, we're making a positive impact in our communities, and we're here to share our culture, our tradition, our heritage with you. So I hope you consider this an option. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Toro. Commissioner Toro, I mean, so the community, it sounds like you want the community of Carroll County to know that we're hosting the event, but this is kind of an invite-only event for our leaders across the state.
Oh, no, definitely. Definitely. Yes, yes.
Will that be an issue?
No, and this is something that I clarified with my contact at Carroll Community College, where I expressed this as an invitation-only event. But when I refer to the Hispanic community having presence in Carroll is through events like these, community leaders can create awareness that there is Hispanic representation in Carroll County. We are contributing, we are making a difference, not just in the county, but across the whole state. And it's worth it dedicating the time to learn more about us, our culture, our heritage. That's my goal. So I hope you consider it an alternative.
Well, it's not an alternative, it's an option. It's not...
Yes, an option.
Thank you. All right. And then as any other questions or comments for Commissioner Toro on Carroll Community College? And like they'll be able to set up the room like that. Do you know, Javier?
Based on my experience, they set up the room according to our specific needs. All we need to do is get that. If we opt for Carroll Community College, let them know ahead of time. This is the amount of people that we're looking for. This is the type of setup that we want with the tables, the chairs. We're going to need audio visual. Carroll Community College also has a very, very wide parking area. So I know that's not going to be an issue because I know sometimes that is an issue. That's another thing that we're not going to have to worry about. And in general, the whole area is very welcoming, and it'll be a pleasure to host this event here in Carroll.
Excellent. So option number one, Carroll Community College. And we don't have a date, but we do have that it could be sometime during the week, and there are available dates in October. Is that correct, Commissioner Toro?
They mentioned that they do have flexibility when it comes to dates and times. They do prefer for it to be during the week. We need to specify what day we're interested in and what month, so that way they can reserve the room. Yes.
And the evening will be a possibility for them as well, right?
I mentioned to them the event would usually be beginning between 5:30 and 6, all the way maybe to 9:30.
Excellent. Excellent. So it sounds like perfect. It's a wonderful option. It kind of covers all the bases there. So that's option number one. Option number two is the atrium at the Walters Art Museum on Thursday, October the 9th. We have the location currently on hold for us from 5:30 to 7:30. We need to be out by 8 o'clock. Which is why we're adjourning at 7:30. So we would have us arrive between 5 and 5:30 to set up, and at 5:30 the program, well, sorry, 4:30 to 5 to set up. 5 to 5:30 the guests would arrive, and the program would start at 5:30 and run through 6:30. Any sort of performance as well as kind of networking and mingling would happen between 6:30 and 7:30. At which point then we would start the breakdown, and folks would start departing at the time. Um, Unlike Carroll Community College, parking in Mount Vernon in Baltimore is a little bit more challenging, although there are public parking garages as well as street parking. The three restaurants that have catered to the Walters Art Museum are Alma Cocina Latina, Clavel, and Puerto 511, which would be the three that have been approved by the museum to be able to cater the event. And so they'll have the AV equipment for us and some tables, but we would need to rent additional tables for the event. They are waiving the $7,000 fee for using the atrium for having the event there. Again, that's Thursday, October 9th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. and it would host up to 200 people in that atrium. Okay. So we have, I mean, this is what we have now in abundance of locations, and we will, during the tenure of the commission, use both the Walters Art Museum as well as Carroll Community College. The question is, which one are we using this year and which one are we using next year? It really is, it doesn't really make much of a difference. It's just more of a personal preference. And so I motion to then vote on the one or the two locations so that we can start narrowing down the planning at our Hispanic Heritage Month Community Working Group. Do I hear a second?
I second that, Chair Alicia Altamirano.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Altamirano. And so, so you just vote for one of the two locations, Walters Art Museum or Carroll Community College. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just really a matter of preference, and then we'll go with that. And then the following year, we'll go with the other location. And so that makes it easy because now we've started to plan for 2026's Hispanic Heritage Month as well. So just keep things moving. So for those who have a preference for Carroll Community College, can we just see your hands raised, please? Again, there are no right or wrong answers. Just like this. We have so far 3 votes for Carroll going once, 4 votes, Carroll Community College going twice. All right, 4 votes for Carroll Community College. Let's lower our hands. Can we get votes for the Walters Art Museum in Baltimore? All right. Excellent. And it looks like we have 7 votes for the Walters Art Museum. So for 2025, it'll be the Walters Art Museum, and for 2026, it'll be Carroll Community College. And so, Commissioner Toro, please let them know that we are incredibly interested, and that we'll be in touch. We're absolutely having it there. It's just we're having it there
Yeah.
with a lot of time in advance.
Yes. Yes, I'll let them know and I'll copy you in the email.
Yeah, which is great. And so excellent. Then I will reply to the museum to let them know that we're gonna go ahead then with the Walters Art Museum, and then we will take it from there. And the last thing I would like to do before we adjourn is to get a sense of when folks are generally available to meet and be for those who want to be part of um, um, the working group. And if you have not, if you have not been part of a working group, or you have not been active in the commission, it's absolutely expected that you will be part of this working group, or I will make you part of this working group, or I will have a conversation with you about why you're not part of any committee or working group, but you've decided to be part of the commission. And you know who you are if I'm talking to you, and that's not the majority of you. The majority of you are excellent, dedicated commissioners to the cause and to our community. And for that, I am eternally grateful, because Sylvia and I cannot do it on our own with Cheryl. The three of us can't do it all on our own. We need as many people as possible. And so Fridays seems to kind of be the roundtable day. So wouldn't want to overlap with Fridays. But Monday at noon might seem a reasonable option at the beginning of the week to talk about Hispanic Heritage Month, and at the end of the week to meet about roundtables. Um, I'm talking about a half hour lunch break meeting, maybe 12:30 to 1 or noon on Mondays. The floor is open for discussion. Our vice chair says yes to noon. Thank you very much. All right. Any objections to noon on Mondays for go ahead, Juliana. That's
Yeah,
for
I
you.
would like it. It can be more early, like do you say lunchtime, just lunchtime. It's gonna be a little more challenge. Could be a little, 9, 10, 11.
We have a motion for 10 a.m. on Mondays. How's 10 a.m. looking for folks on Monday morning? Nitsa, how's 10 a.m. looking for you on Monday mornings? What days are you available to join?
So my concern is that I am like totally disconnected due to security reasons until like 4. So is there any option for evening calls or evening meetings?
4 p.m. or 4:30 to make it was 4:30.
4:30. Mm-hmm.
4:30 on Mondays. How does that sound to folks? Any objections?
For me, at least for me, I can do Mondays at noon. If it's gonna be late in the evening, anytime after 5:30 would work for me. It's just due to logistics. I get home from the office, have to take care of the wife and the kids. So if it'll be similar to our usual times where we meet on Tuesdays, like at 6 p.m. or maybe late, that would be great. But at least that's just me.
5:30 on Monday.
6 p.m., 5:30 sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Any objections to 5:30s on Monday? And we can And I don't mind alternating every other week. We could have one at
I would need it at 6 p.m. to be able to make it.
6.
Yeah,
Alright.
I have an appointment.
Yeah, me
appointment,
too.
so,
Yeah, for 6 too.
6
All
would be
right.
better.
6 o'clock, just like our regular commission time.
Yeah, Ernesto, I have to schedule these meetings, so I really need to look at every day to see what I have available. Because I could have another commission meeting on that day.
But these are the working groups, so they don't this is not a subcommittee.
I know, but GOSI has to be involved in it.
Okay, I was under the impression that you didn't need to like the yeah, like you didn't need to schedule the working group meetings. Do you still need, are you sure you need to schedule the working group meetings?
Yes, we do.
Are
That's
these
not what-
meetings gonna
that's not
be every
what-
Monday from now on?
Yeah, it'll be every
Because
Monday.
we only have like 4
Yeah,
months or something.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, well, I mean,
They're planning meetings. We put it this way, with all the Heritage Month planning, I've always scheduled the meetings for the planning meetings.
so we'll do them at 6 p.m. on Mondays, Cheryl, and then just if you can't make it, send someone who can.
Okay, okay. I'll let that go right now.
We'll
Thank you.
we'll just have a standing 6 p.m. meeting on Mondays, and then and that way, and then whoever can make it from GoSee can make it. You know what I mean? It'll be fine.
Yeah, we can work on that.
Thank you, Ernesto and Sylvia.
All right. So I motioned that then the standing meetings for the Hispanic Heritage Month working group are 6 p.m. on Monday. Do I have a second on the motion?
A second.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Rivera. We have a second. Let's put it to a vote. And I'm paying careful attention that if you're voting that you are in favor of this, that you can make it on 6 p.m. on Monday, and your dedicated commitment to our month's celebration of our heritage. Well, that's absolutely right. Thank you very much, everybody. And then Cheryl, you'll just send out the standing invite 6 p.m. every Monday from now on, from starting next Monday through, if our event is on the 9th of October, our last meeting would be Monday the 6th of October. And I don't foresee the need to use up all of them, given that like a ton of work has already been accomplished today, given that we have a location, we have a date, and we have a time, which is like half the battle. So this should be swift, and it'll be absolutely fabulous. I look forward to seeing you guys in a week's time to chat further. If we have the documents we asked for regarding meetings. Yeah, so we can move on from Hispanic Heritage Month. To any other, are there any old business that needs to be discussed while we have everyone here today? Would anybody like the floor?
Yes.
Commissioner Zimbala.
Yes. I think we've had this conversation on other meetings now. Just regarding confusion on when we can meet, when we cannot meet, who needs to be present during what meeting. I think Vice Chair Gabby asked for a document to be drafted in terms of for us to understand what's happening here. How do we need to move forward? Because it's now becoming a little fuzzy, a little confusing. And I want to make sure that we can continue to work on the work we're trying to do. So,
Excellent.
where are we with that?
Commissioner Zambala, actually saw your.
Sylvia, we're using Robert's Rules of Orders. If I can just yield the floor to you, that'd be great. If anybody has any questions, remember we have protocol. If you could just raise your hand and we can just follow the protocol. Any other questions before I yield the floor back to Gosi regarding or any information regarding the protocol that was supposed to be drafted on who can attend the meetings and when and how? And Commissioner Altamirano, that's not your hand. Is that a hand for a question regarding this or a comment regarding this?
Thank you, Chair. No, Katie addressed it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Any other comments or questions before I yield the floor to Sylvia? Go ahead, Vice Chair.
Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of echo Katie's comment. This came up to add a little more context for everyone else that wasn't there during one of our groups, one of our meetings. It was we weren't understanding who created the calendar invites. There was a little bit of back and forth. So what we had requested was that we receive a document kind of outlining who is to create the meetings, how the working groups are facilitated, who are part of those groups. So just kind of a summary of that. But I think to Katie's point, we just want to make sure that we're being, vigilant and following protocol. So if you can, Cheryl or Sylvia, kind of guide us on that end.
So far we have from the commission the request for clarification on who sends calendar invites and for what types of meetings and and who's responsible for and so when does GOSI need to be at the individual types of meetings? Commissioner Rivera, do you have another question to add before I yield the floor?
Oops, sorry. Yes, I do. Are we talking about work groups or committee meetings?
We're talking about all of the above.
All of the above? Okay. And just for clarification, because I have that conflict. Usually when meetings are scheduled during the day, I'm unavailable. So I think I just want to concur that that would be a really useful tool to have.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'll yield the floor now to our administrative director. Any updates from GOSI regarding a document that outlines with a little bit more detail the different types of meetings and the procedure to schedule and attend the meetings?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. I just want to say thank you, commissioners, for sharing these concerns. This is something that we have been discussing, and we're actually working in provide some kind of documentation as you require. And as of today, I have not received a response, but I know that they're working on something for the not only this commission in general to have some kind of clarity in what is the parameters of the meeting, either commissioner meetings, subcommittee, and also working groups as well. But yeah, we are working in something to provide.
Do you know when we would expect that response from GOSI?
I don't have that answer right now, but I can provide you an answer soon. Just please give me some time to speak tomorrow with Upper Manager.
All right. Commissioner Simbala and then our vice chair.
Okay, so then would it be then that we operate under the assumption that administration must attend every meeting?
I wouldn't say that until we get clarity from them.
I guess just know how to proceed with these,
Oh, well, for this one, yeah, so they're gonna schedule at least a working group. As far as committee meetings are concerned, we will continue to meet in committee until told by GOSI otherwise as to how to proceed. So the status quo remains until we have clarity on what the rules are. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. So I just wanted to emphasize, and I mentioned this during the last meeting, of just how important it is for us to know this, because a lot of us want to get together, want to work together, during these working groups. And with my previous experience last year's Hispanic Heritage event, there was a lot to it, and we needed to meet, and kind of relying on the calendar for Ghost, he's going to be, a little bit perhaps troublesome if you guys cannot attend. That would mean that we wouldn't be able to have a meeting. So I just want to share the importance of us being able to perhaps schedule our own meetings, at least for the working groups, and the reasoning why we're asking this document, so that everyone is clear on that. So thank you.
Thank you, Chair. And I will be communicating that concern myself as well, because we can't not get together to plan Hispanic Heritage Month because our calendars are too complex, and it's fine. I think that last year we did not rely on having to go see present at every one of our planning meetings to execute our event, and we were just fine. So that is the document for procedures on meetings. We'll continue to wait on GOSI to get that to us. Any other items for any new business that the commission would like to discuss? Only one of the pending items from our last meeting was the draft of the LinkedIn post by GOSI on the Faith in Blue MOU collaboration. I believe administrative director, you were gonna obtain comment or feedback on the poster which you deemed outdated prior to drafting the social media outreach that then the commission would then be able to repost as far as an outcome. Where do we stand with both the approval of the poster as well as the LinkedIn post draft?
Yes, it's my understanding that the comms teams, they're already working in the draft. I have not received any updates from them since a week ago because there were some staff outside for vacations. But tomorrow I will have some meeting with them for other matters, also for the flyer. But it is true that they create a new draft, and also the partnership that we have with Fade and Blue provide new pictures that they want to add to the new flyer. And that's all what I can say right now.
All right, so you'll have by the end of the week some update for both the flyer and the meeting document. Is that correct?
That's my expectation. But I still will communicate with you and Vice Argote Fernandez or anything.
Thank you. Vice Chair.
Thank you for that update, Sylvia. I think you mentioned there was a draft somewhere with an updated flyer. Can we see that draft and kind of view what information is on there? I actually got a call from one of the directors from Faith and Blue because they want to continue to push the initiative of what they do. So I want to make sure that we are, promptly kind of doing this, updating the flyer, reposting all this stuff and getting it out to the community. So please let me know if I need, to step in and support you to make sure this gets updated. Because again, we voted on it and we want to make sure the community is aware of Faith in Blue.
Yeah, absolutely.
And have we received the meeting minutes from the last meeting by any chance? Is that in the folder?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
No, it wouldn't be in the folder until we vote on them.
Okay. And when do we expect a draft of because the last meeting minutes had a whole bunch of action items, and I'm only remembering the Faith in Blue, but I do not want things to fall through the cracks, and so it'd be good to have those.
Okay, so.
And then, excellent. Anything else for the good of the cause? Thank you very much. Hearing none, then I motion to adjourn our meeting. Do I have a second?
I second it. This is Dr. Rios. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rios. And hope you're doing well. The motion to adjourn the meeting has been seconded. Let's put then to a vote.
Sorry to interrupt. I think Katie had a question.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, was it a question or was it a
Well,
vote?
I just wanted to say that Lena's well. I visited her the other day, and just want to say that she's recovering well. She's having a little bit of a setback these past couple of days, but just wanted to say keep her in prayer and thought. Our colleague, our friend. Yep. That was all. Sorry.
Motion
Kate.
passed to keep Commissioner Lena in prayer and thought. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. I still need, though, a vote to adjourn the meeting. I guess this is one of the most productive Hispanic Heritage Month planning meetings I think we've ever had. I want to thank you so much for your time. It's going to be one of the best celebrations yet, only to be topped by the celebration at Carroll College the year after, because every year we're going to make it better and better and better and make our community proud. Next time, so I think the motion passes unanimously. And then just kind of as a reminder, we're going to have for our September meeting the Chamber of Commerce, the Maryland Chamber of Commerce, to come address us. And we have had interest from our friends and neighbors at the Middle Eastern Commission as well as Asia Pacific. And so they would like to join the meeting with us. And so we'll be extending the invitation to the Middle East and to any other ethnic commission that wants to join us, as the Chamber of Commerce should be putting on a very good show. This is leading up to, of course, the next year's legislative session, ensuring that Maryland remains competitive for all businesses, regardless of the ethnicity of the owner of those businesses. And so it should be a wonderful conversation. I look forward to that. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank you.
You too. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Good
Have a good one.
night.
Night.